Hi, I'm Tasha. I'm a single mom of 2 boys, and I'm creating this channel to document my journey to changing my family tree. I'm talking about generational wealth. And as the daughter of immigrants in my family, it's gonna start with me. As I started down the path on my journey, I noticed there were 2 big rocks in my way. The first rock was a budget. I had to create a budget. I scrutinized every single expense, and I was willing to eliminate anything that did not serve my family well. And if I found an expense that I actually needed, what I did was I called up the companies I was dealing with, for instance, for my car insurance and for my internet, and I called them up and I said, I need a lower rate. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this was not easy because I'm not a negotiator, but I was still able to get it done. I created an essentials only budget. By creating the essentials only budget, do you know what happened? I found $640 underneath rock number 1. Can you believe it? $640 was just there in my budget, going towards I don't even know what. So I moved rock number 1 out of the way, and with that $640 that I found, I conquered rock number 2. I paid off all of my debts, all of them. Okay, so my debts consisted of, I had 2 credit cards, and my son had braces, which I was on a 2-year payment plan for. I was spending $785 a month between the 2 cards and the braces. Funny enough, my credit card balances were not going down because I was using them, and then I was paying a little, and then I was using them, and then I was paying a little, and then I was using them. So I really just found myself in like a rat in a wheel. I wasn't making any progress. Finally, I put them in a drawer and I said, enough is enough. I'm tired of being broke. So I paid off all my debts and I moved rock number 2 out of my way. So now that my 2 rocks are gone, $640 came from under rock number 1, $785 came from under rock number 2. Guess what? I am $1,425 richer every single month just by moving those items out of my way. I gave myself a pay raise. Now I can just get started on my journey and change my family tree. I've got no rocks in my way, so it's really just gonna be up to me to figure out and learn what it is that I need to do. Do you want to come with me? This summer, I am going to be working on my emergency funds. So here's my disclaimer. I am not a financial planner, I am not a financial analyst, and I do not work in the financial industry. I'm just an ordinary girl, and I have financial freedom and generational wealth on my mind and in my heart. Over the entire summer, I will be building my emergency fund of $7,500. That should cover 3 months of expenses should Murphy decide to knock on the door. In addition to that, I will be doing research on where I'm gonna park that money. I don't know these things. I'm gonna figure out where's the best place for me to put my emergency fund. And I'll be doing some book reviews as well. So stay with me, come along with me. I'm going to the top. The bottom is too crowded. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. This is my July budget. So what I do is I have a calendar, and this is my money calendar, as well as my work schedule calendar, my appointments, and everything like that. So on the 2nd, maybe the font is not that great, but I've got 2 bills to pay. Okay, TD for my car insurance, CAA for my apartment insurance. I've got my pay coming out or coming in on these days. I've got my Canada Child Benefits coming in on that day. Child support coming in on this day. Miley has an appointment with the vet here. I've got my life insurance, and I've got my internet bill, and I've got my phone bill and my Spotify account, and this is my birthday. I've got my Capital One payment coming out or due on this day. I put the minimum payment here, even though I don't pay the minimum. I pay the whole entire balance every month, but I do put the minimum here on this due date because if anything happened during the week, if Murphy knocked on the door, you know who Murphy is. If anything can go wrong, it will. You know, if he knocks on the door and I have to cash flow something that month, then I put the minimum there. So, you know, that will be my focus, and then I'll pay it off with another income source throughout the month or the following month, you know, whatever the case may be. I don't want to miss payments. And this is for my Tangerine credit card. The minimum payment here is $10. And then I've got my rent. So this would be rent, August rent. So obviously I need to have all of August rent paid by July 31st. So I actually put my rent due on the last day of the previous month. And then of course, Quentin's got his soccer games. He also has tons of practices, and he has a soccer tournament here. He's also got tons of practices throughout the month. I don't put those in my schedule because although I do want to be at as many as possible, I don't stress myself out to go to the practices. So that's the monthly calendar overview. I use this and I put that these payments are due on these particular due dates, and so I know which income source to pay them out of. All right, so this is my paycheck tracker. My first pay was given to me on July 4th for the amount of $19.37.38. Out of my first check in July, I do pay half of my rent. This is August rent. So I split the rent in half, and so out of this check I will pay $687.50 towards my rent. My food for this July 4th, I get paid every other Thursday, and so the food coming out is $240. It's for this pay period. My laundry, I normally take out $40 for laundry, but on this pay I'm going to be doing sheets, towels, bedding, and all of Miley stuff. So I just took out an extra $20 because I do have coin laundry here in our building. So my actual payment to Capital One will be $150 out of this paycheck, and my actual payment to the Tangerine card will be $50. And then Miley's envelope, I'll put $60 in there. Just had to give this girl her own line item. She was running me ragged. We were constantly going to and from PetSmart, just buying her stuff, and so I just said, you know what, she's getting an envelope, and when the money's done, it's done. This is my life insurance. This is my internet. And miscellaneous, I never did miscellaneous when I was paying off debt, but now that I'm debt free and it's the summer, I am taking a miscellaneous envelope for this period. I'm a little bit nervous about this. I really feel like this is just going to end up me spending all this money on food. And I'm trying not to do that. You know, it's such a waste. But we'll see how that goes. I'm leaving it at $100. and I might reduce this or remove it altogether if I feel like I'm doing way too many iced coffees in the drive-thru. All right, so total bills I'm paying out of this paycheck is $14.72 and 23 cents. So what's left over is $465.15 after I minus it from my paycheck. So I bring it over here. Left over is $465.15. I am saving towards my emergency fund, and so I'm going to take $400 and put it towards my emergency fund, and what's remaining will just sit in my bank account because this is the beginning of July, so it's just, I consider it an account buffer. I'll just leave it sitting in the bank, $65.15. Okay, now moving over here, this is my cash envelope section of my paycheck tracker, and so I do use cash envelopes. So these bills, Bell, I will e-transfer them money. TD comes out automatically. These, my Tangerine credit card, my Capital One credit card, I will electronically pay those, as well as my rent. I will electronically pay those items online, but my cash envelopes, I will take these values out and only spend them in cash, and when the money's done, the money is just done. That's just how life goes, right? So my plan is I'm going to be taking $460 out of the bank machine. I'm not into going into the tellers, so I'll take $460 out of the bank, and then I use the one that gives me a selection of what denominations I want. I will wait for that machine to become available, and then I know that I want 200s, right? And I want, this many 50s, this many 20s, and 10s don't come out of the machine, but I did leave the 10 column there in case I decide to go to the teller, and then 5s will come out of the machine, but I don't need any 5s for this period. So that's basically my paycheck tracker, and I'm going to show you my cash envelopes. All right, so here is my wallet. I had to get a new wallet ever since I started down this journey. It's such a shame because the wallet I had before, if I could find it real quick, no I can't. The wallet I had before, it had my initials on it, and it came from my childhood best friend as, one of the bridesmaids gifts for her wedding. And I loved it, but it was a wallet that focused on cards and plastic, and that's just not me anymore. I am, into cash, right? So I had to go out and get a new wallet. I went into Winners, and they did not have a very good selection at all, surprisingly, but I found exactly what I needed. So I'm really happy about that. So my new wallet is by the beautiful Jessica Simpson, and it's a nice pink, and I love pink, and this wallet is amazing. So it has, I just carry my health cards, this is my debit card, this is my credit card. I don't carry my Capital One card with me anymore. I don't know why. I'm actually probably going to cancel, or not going to cancel the card, but I don't want to use the card anymore. It actually does have an annual fee of $50 that I'm going to ask them to waive that, since I think I've established my credit enough with them now. But this is free. I got pre-approved, so I just carry that one. My license and my library card. Very, very simple. And then this is empty, and then in here I just have a bunch of wallet stuff, and yes, I have stamps. Who carries stamps? So I just have a bunch of wallet stuff, receipts, very, very simple. I try not to carry too much clutter around, but my favorite part is where we're coming to. These are my cash envelopes, but this is my change purse, okay? I love this change purse. First of all, it comes all the way out, which is fantastic. Okay, so it comes all the way out, but obviously I keep it tucked in there. It has a zipper, which I need, and in here I have my pen. Okay, I got this pen as a gift from my manager, and it says, "She was one of the rare ones, so effortlessly herself." And I just love it. I treasure this pen. And you know, we lose pens all the time, but I have had this pen for over 1.5 years now, because I will not. This means a lot to me. So thank you, manager. And I've got my change in here. And these are my cash envelopes. So I have all of my envelopes right here in my wallet. So it's really good. So I literally just draw them up at the beginning of each pay period. So this is my food envelope, and I have a note to myself: make a list, Tasha. And then I keep track of, this is how much money is in the envelope. So between July 4th to July 11th, I have $120 set aside for food, because if you remember, for my July, I budgeted food $240, but this is for 2 weeks. So I separate them week. I don't want to carry all the cash on me. That's pretty dangerous. So for $120 for this period. So this is my Miley envelope, and she's got $60 for the whole entire period. More like month, but we'll see how it goes. So July 8th, I went to PetSmart. I actually spent $42 at PetSmart, so I'll have to mark that off. And then this is the miscellaneous. So I have summertime. So July 6th, Subway, $10. Look at that already. Okay, I'm finding myself in the restaurants. And then July 6th, I also went to Shoppers Drug Mart. I'm super tanned right now that it's summer, and so I actually had to go get myself a new foundation. So you know, it's all about Revlon. So I had to go get that from Shoppers. And then back to food. So those are the cash envelopes I carry around in my wallet. Another envelope I have is laundry. I just leave the cash envelope in my safe in my bedroom, and then I have another envelope for the second week of the food. So I'll leave it in an envelope in my cash in my safe, and then I'll just take it out and put it in here for the second week, and I'll write the date and I'll write the amount like that. And so that's the money I have on me. And when I get change, I put bills in these envelopes. When I get change, I put all of my change in here, and I don't worry about the change. I don't worry about mixing up the change. This envelope goes here. I always actually have money left over in my envelopes, and what I do is any money that's left over at the end of the pay period, I just stuff it all into either the miscellaneous, not the miscellaneous, but the food envelope for the following period, or I'll just give it to Quentin or something like that. But you know, just kind of get rid of it. It's usually not that much money, but I'm never dead broke. So that's July. That is my first paycheck for July. And for the other weeks in July, I also, you know, I get paid twice. I get paid twice a month. And I've got these two other income sources here. And I also read a book in June that I want to talk about in another video, and it's called, I actually read two books. So I read a book in May called Millionaire Teacher, and I read a book in June called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Phenomenal. Those two books have literally changed my life, so I want to talk about both of them in a new in another video.